Hello everybody, welcome to Whatculture. I am Scott and I'm joined by Ewan.
Oh my gosh.
I know!
How amazing is this?
I'm coming in from the gaming channel, you're coming in from the comics
They're
channel.
throwing me around everywhere these days.
You just have to do whatever you can.
Yeah.
Star Wars things bring people together and we think we've got a bit of a scoop.
Yes, we do.
Now, we haven't seen this online very much.
No.
You sort of noticed, I think, an initial, maybe a theory video, or maybe like one person's picked up on this. But you finished the Battlefront 2 campaign this weekend.
I did. It was very enjoyable.
What have you found?
Reys Parents might be in Battlefront 2.
Jesus,
amazing
mate!
things. Jesus Christ, what is going on?
Well,
Yeah.
I just watched this on YouTube. I watched the rest of the cutscenes and all that because if you're keeping up with our coverage on the gaming channel, pretty much not bothering with Battlefront 2. But that's a conversation for another time.
Basically, Battlefront 2, if you don't know, it's a game about Star Wars. The campaign takes place just after the events of Return of the Jedi. You play as Iden Versio, who's the leader of an Imperial Special Forces outfit called Inferno Squad.
Yes.
Shenanigans ensue.
They do.
And
every time.
Her and Del Meeko, who's a lovely English lad. In the Star Wars canon, they then kind of go off and join the rebellion, and then, as you say, the canoodle on Jakku, where the game ends, they take part in the final battle that kind of destroys the Empire, and then, as you say, it flash forwards decades later, and Kylo makes reference to Del being a father.
Yes.
And specifically, a father to a woman.
Yes.
Who is, he considers dangerous.
There's also the fact that another one of Iden's team, there's only like three that really matter. There's like Iden, Del, and Hask.
Hask is played by Paul Blackthorne.
Yes, very well as well.
Yeah.
He's a very menacing man.
Yes.
So he also refers, because when it jumps into the future, you see all the characters have aged, and Hask is talking to the fact that like Iden and Del have betrayed the Empire or whatever, and I can't think the exact phrasing, but Hask says, "Oh, you betrayed us to pursue fatherhood."
Yes.
So we know there's a daughter there. We know that there's a child there. And then when Kylo then arrives, and when Kylo jumps into Del's mind, he then says, "Oh, you don't want to pursue this person. You don't want to pursue this daughter," and sort of says that she's a bit dangerous.
Yes.
So we have a dangerous daughter. We have the Jakku location.
We have English lad with fluffy hair.
We have English accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more than enough.
Yeah, and the really interesting thing is that EA could just be doing a whole bait and switch thing with this to like build up hype, because the DLC that's going to be releasing 2 days before The Last Jedi comes out on December 13th is going to tie in directly with the events of The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. So we already know that Hask is going to be at the central, he's going to be like at the core of the First Order, because when we see it at the end of the first game, it's kind of in its infancy, not many people are aware of it. The press release, the DLC, talks about how Iden uncovers a conspiracy to take down the Republic, so it's still quite new. But yeah, this is very interesting stuff. It'd be very interesting if in The Last Jedi we do get the answer to Rey's parentage, and they tie it back to Battlefront, because it would be very silly from Lucasfilm, let's not sugarcoat it, to reveal the biggest question of like pop culture for the past 30 years in a video game. I mean, they might. I guess in a way it incentivizes people to pick up the game. But just to add a couple more things onto why this is credible. At the London event for Battlefront 2 that me and Jules went down to, I talked to the writers. I know! Oh, Battlefront friend. I talked to the writer, Mitch Dyer, and he talked about they wanted to do something, because he couldn't tell me what it was. He was like, we did something with Kylo that was a risk, and we did something that we didn't think Lucasfilm would let us get away with. And obviously he couldn't tell me what it was. Now that we've seen the story play out, I initially thought that was the way that Kylo mind wipes people or whatever, he goes through their memories. But maybe they wanted to actually deliberately show that like Kylo knows who Rey is, and link those things together. And that's maybe why in The Force Awakens Kylo freaks the hell out and wrecks his computer when he hears about the girl on Jakku, which was always a long-standing theory anyway, that he had some sort of prior knowledge. But now we literally know that Kylo, if the daughter is Rey, had prior knowledge of Rey, and maybe Snoke already knows. And, you know, like these two Imperial defectors just leave her there and hope that she's okay. There are also other tie-ins to the new film coming out. So you go and see Luke tracks down like a little map, which I think is what brings him to the Porg planet, which we're all very excited to see in The Last Jedi. And yeah, so like there's loads of tie-ins that are occurring in Battlefront. It just remains to be seen whether this is sort of some sort of diversionary tactic to get people invested in the DLC, or whether it's actually a very clever move on Disney and Lucasfilm Story Group's behalf, in that they'll be making this reveal in Last Jedi, tying it back to Battlefront. Everyone wants to go play Battlefront after they've seen Last Jedi.
To me, that makes good business sense.
It does.
Which would be the best business move they've made for Battlefront 2 so far. But yeah, there's quite a lot standing to support this, so I guess we'll see how it goes.
Who do you think Reys Parents are? Go on, give us your theories. I'm still hopeful that there's some Kenobi lineage in there, because I love some Obi-Wan.
I mean, we don't have a whole lot of official words as far as like the movie's going to go. It would be quite cool if they just sort of cast it aside and said, oh yeah, some Imperial defectors left her here, and then you get to go, oh, but I know who they are. And so it's like, it's a little bit of a nod to like the official story or whatever. But yeah, you guys can let us know what you think in the comments. We have hopefully got this right, but we'll know in a few more weeks' time. But for now, I've been Scott from Whatculture.
I've been Ewan from Whatculture.
Yes.
That was a bit like high pitch, wasn't it? Oh god, I was Ewan from Whatculture.
Yes, there you go. Rebel scum, and we'll catch you soon.
Bye.